Made man, back at it. Y'all know how I get down. We talking boxing. All right, look here, man. I'm about to keep it one. Matter is, last night, ladies and gentlemen, we seen Brandon Rios call it quits right there in the ring. He said he was done. The motherfucker ballooned up to 170 pounds overnight from barely making the weigh-in the night before. Ladies and gentlemen, this leads to further questions from me. I'm not going to just stop with Brandon Rios and say he's a piece of shit, he's lazy, he's that, he's that. I'm starting to now question, and bear with me here, I'm starting to now question the training regimen of Robert Garcia. And let's just be 1 milli here. Let's look at the history here. The history doesn't lie. I understand, ladies and gentlemen, he was 2012's Trainer of the Year. I understand what his gym in Oxnard and Riverside do for the younger kids and, saving kids from the street. That's all commendable. That's all good shit. I understand he comes from a boxing family with his younger brother and his father and his other brother that's a trainer. I get all of that. I get all of that. But as a world-class trainer, as they say he is, I'm starting to think he's not as world-class as we think, ladies and gentlemen. Bullshit. And let's go all the way back to Nonito Donaire. When Nonito Donaire lost to Rigondeaux, the thing is, even the HBO commentators, I remember my dude Angel Garcia, the father of Danny Garcia, come out evidently clearly stating how it was terrible, terrible training by Robert Garcia that led to that loss. Robert Garcia was so occupied with other things and other fighters that he barely trained Nonito Donaire. I mean, barely trained him. Most of their training occurred over the phone, from what I recall from that situation. Terrible, terrible situation. It seems as if during that time, Robert Garcia was more so focused on Antonio Margarito, who also had a big fight. I think that was the Margarito Cotto fight, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but I think that's the fight that they were doing. And there was a big press tour going on. He was more so focused of being with Antonio Margarito, who also turned out to look like shit, who turned out to be a fucking cheater. Never really got no major victories under Robert Garcia's tutelage. Let's just be real here. Okay? Are we being real here or what? Marcos Maidana. Ladies and gentlemen, we trip about Brandon Rios coming in at 170 pounds last night. What about the fact that Marcos Maidana fought Floyd Mayweather at 147 and came in the ring at 165 fucking pounds? Ballooned overnight, all the fucking same. The difference is Marcos Maidana's style, which is highly aggressive, you know what I mean? Pressure fighter, swings from all the crazy angles. Weight, would have been, I guess, good for Marcos Maidana against Mayweather to try to bash on Mayweather and hope for a knockout. But the fact is, Maidana ballooned up overnight also in both fights. How about this? Let's go a little further back. When he fought Adrian Bronner and he took the title off Bronner, he came in the ring damn near 170 pounds that night. 68, 67 pounds, I believe it was. This is starting to become a pattern with Garcia fighters, ladies and gentlemen. I don't give a fuck what nobody says. Everybody says, oh, Robert Garcia gave Marcos Maidana a jab, and he when Marcos Maidana came to Robert Garcia, that was what, after the Devin Alexander loss, if I recall. He took on a series of bums, gatekeepers, if you will. Soto Carras and guys like that. And he beat those guys. Robert Garcia gave Marcos Maidana a jab. Robert Garcia has improved Marcos Maidana. Man, that shit was bullshit. He got in there with world-class fighters. Yeah, he beat Broner because he outweighed the motherfucker. Look how many pounds. Broner wasn't even a surefire 147 fighter. And look how big that Marcos Maidana came in the ring that night. Tried the same shit against Mayweather, just that Mayweather was way too skilled for that shit. So this is a fucking pattern, ladies and gentlemen. Just another pattern. Okay, now I'm going to say this guy right here, Victor Ortiz. People soon forget, okay, we know Victor Ortiz for having no fucking heart. He's a fucking quitter. We all know that. Something is wrong with that dude. He just has no heart. He has the quitting mentality. But the fact remains, ladies and gentlemen, when Victor Ortiz was a young pup, when he had nowhere else to go, he ended up in Robert Garcia's gym. Robert Garcia got the ball rolling with Victor Ortiz. And for some reason, through the so-called 2012 Trainer of the Year, He couldn't out-train or discipline Victor Ortiz enough to get that attitude out of him as a young pup. This is before Victor Ortiz even blew up and became champion. As a young pup, this couldn't be trained out of him by Robert Garcia. But Robert Garcia also kept him around, passed him on to different people within his gym, his brother and things like that, but they kept him around. Other trainers, ladies and gentlemen, world-class trainers, man, like Freddie Roach or Angel Garcia, they have always clowned Robert Garcia, man. That's some real shit. That's some real shit. I'm sorry, man. And Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., who is also another privileged piece of shit, but regardless of the fact, his last fight against Marcos Reyes, he was being trained by Robert Garcia, and he missed weight for that fight. Now, this is a pattern with Chavez Jr., I understand, but why the fuck do he goes to Robert Garcia? Why does he go to Robert Garcia if there was no fucking difference made? I didn't see any difference. I mean, I don't understand that. So what is Robert Garcia? And these fighters, ladies and gentlemen, are losing big fights under the tutelage of Robert Garcia. So it leads me to question Robert Garcia's training regimen. You go back when Brandon Rios fought Pacquiao, man, he was killing himself to make weight to fight Pacquiao. What kind of training, what kind of discipline? A lot of people accusing now that every time we turn on ES News, Ellie Setback in them, we always see him in there giving interviews. They're always shooting the shit, fucking doing mailbag days and responding and all the shit to fans, and training and just look lackluster. I'm starting to believe that shit now. There is a track record with Robert Garcia. Remember when Mikey Garcia, the younger brother, whom still undefeated, we know he's going through his bullshit with Top Rank, but the fact is, Mikey Garcia was visiting Mayweather's gym, and we all just kind of overlooked that shit. Oh, he just wanted to see Mayweather's train, according to Mikey Garcia, which is bullshit. Oh, I just here as a fan just to see Mayweather train. What the fuck ever? You're a top-ranked fighter that's trained by a top-ranked trainer, and you over in TMT's gym? He didn't like the training he was getting from fucking Oxnard, ladies and gentlemen. Let's just be 1 milli about that shit. I see it be having so much going on. He just opened up a new gym. So I'm questioning the dude's training. His fighters are consistently coming in overweight. They're losing big fights. I don't even think his younger brother believes him in his training as much no more. This is why I think he was exploring the TMT gym. I'm being real about this shit, man. So the question is Robert Garcia a shit trainer? Let me know in the comment section, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know and be real. And I'm not trying to, hound on the dude or nothing, but I'm just calling it like I fucking see it, man. Real shit. So is he a shit trainer? Is the question. Answer the question. And if you do not believe he's a shit trainer, I'm pretty sure he does have victories under his belt. I'm not going to get much into that in this video. He does have fighters that has some good wins. But they were the biggest fights that he's had. His fighters will always have issues, weight issues especially, man. Look that shit up for yourself. Look that shit up for yourself, man. To the next video, Main Man, Made Man. Don't forget to subscribe. Twitter, Made Man 511. Facebook, Main Man, Made Man Boxing Forum. I'm just keeping it 1 milli. And it's sad to see because Brandon Rios is the type of fighter who needs discipline. Okay, a lot of these fighters that Garcia was training needs discipline. And it seems as if he's more cozy with just being their friend and being their buddy than actually being their fucking trainer. I don't see Virgil Hunter looking to be buddies and friends with his trainer. He's hard on their ass, man. You know what I'm saying? He's on their ass constantly. And that's how you gotta be, man. That's how the fuck you gotta be as a trainer. You are there to do a fucking job, not to be their buddies. I'm just asking a question. Let me know how y'all feel about this. To the next video. Peace out.